Hey parents, hope you're doing great. So the career trajectory, as we all know, has been evolving. Especially in this decade, it has given birth to so many careers, and they have been emerging and growing with the invention of AI and the advancement of technology. Plus, the change in cultural dynamics has given rise to more and more careers. For example, with the intervention of AI, we have careers, now in the field of robotics, data science, and so many different fields that are coming up. Like the commerce field, which was never having any intervention with technology, has now given birth to a new career, fintech, which is the marriage of finance and technology, which is companies like GPay, MobiKwik, etc., that we are seeing on a day-to-day basis. And plus, cultural differences are given careers, rise to careers like, for example, nail paint namer. Someone who's naming the nail paints. And then, we have careers which are coming up like genetic counselor, and who are looking at genome sequencing and guiding the patients, their clients, on they can connect with their genes or change them and all those things. Work of a genetic counselor. There is genetic genealogy. There is cytogenetic technology. So many different careers are coming up. So we as parents from our times, we used to feel that, okay, these are the conventional options like engineering, medicine, law, and perhaps you're looking at your child to take up one of them because you feel that they are more safe, right? And I completely understand your concern when you say that, because we want the safety and security of the child, right? We will get that perspective. But we also need to understand another perspective wherein we need to understand that a child is a unique individual human being. It's possible that he could actually do well in these careers also, because these careers also have a lot of scope. And if your child has the right potential, the right purpose, and passion for it, he can solve the problem in the real world. He can definitely do well even in an offbeat career. So, but we need to understand how do we deal with this situation, and that is what this video is. It should help you to understand and empower you to deal with the situation in case your child is interested in offbeat career. Whether he will do it or not is different, but even if he's interested, what is to be your response to it? How you can interact and help your child in that situation is what we are going to discuss in this particular video. So now let's jump to this video to understand how to manage the situation when the child is interested in offbeat career. So we are going to discuss 6 ways to deal with the situation effectively if the child is interested in an offbeat career. So first, let's start with a story. Story about Ayushi. So Ayushi is a parent who is facing the dilemma of letting her son choose between the academics and his passion. So his son was really good at academics, and he was also the topper of his school, but his true passion was in art, drawing, and painting. And he had a very keen interest in this field right from a tender age. So although Ayushi appreciated his talents, she never encouraged him to pursue his interests in the form of a career, as their relatives, families, and friends all were prejudiced against art subjects and told him to take up science. Moreover, Ayushi also felt that fine art should be limited to being hobbies and that a son should make something out of himself through academics. So, how does Ayushi feel about her decision today? We'll come to know about that basically. And he had good academic strengths and he had a passion for art. So, let's try to understand in such a situation when the child is interested to pursue something in a different field which could be uncomfortable for the parent. How can he deal with such a situation? And then we'll come back to Ayushi's story at the end. First is keep your calm. Completely, I understand that you're worried about his career choice and want him to pursue a natural career path. So take baby steps and do not lose your calm. Don't be apprehensive and disprove their ideas without listening to them. And whatever you do not try to impose your opinions on them. Listen to them with utmost patience. Be supportive of their opinions and make them feel valued. The career decision making process is daunting, and an impulsive reaction from you can shake their confidence and belief in their self. So help them navigate their options, but do so very strategically. Second is refrain from being overprotective. So please remember that we are dealing with teenage children. So as parents, it is difficult to let a child be in a risky situation. I completely understand that. And thus, you will try to protect and assist them in every stumbling block. However, when it comes to career, which is kind of the first big decision that they're going to take as an adult, compared to their adult life, let them go a little bit on their own. Because if you keep on spoon feeding them, they will never get to experience life on their own and will also always consider you as a fallback option. Yes, you will be there for them, but how long? There will be a time when they have to fly on their own. So they will depend on you for future challenges also, and it will hinder their independence and confidence in their own decision making. So let them make their own mistakes, let them realize their own experiences, most of all, let them make their own informed career decision. So what I mean by that is that overprotective नहीं होना है आपको. If they want to suppose explore their career, instead of explore their career, they want to take up an internship in that particular career. Say your child wants to pursue say graphic design, and you feel that कि नहीं, I don't know उसमें कितना scope होगा. So at least let him explore that. Let him do some internship. Let him talk to some professionals. Let him do some research and present to you, and share with you. And that will So the whole idea is that you should make an informed career decision. Understand everything about that career in terms of where is that option, and also understand about his own strengths and abilities and why he wants to do that is something you need to be open to listen to. Third is seek a commitment from their end. So a lot of times kids are attracted to a particular career due to glamour associated with it. Right? You will get into the fashion designing to get glamour, which makes the choice driven by interest much more than anything else. As parents, you need to figure out if they are genuinely serious to pursue it and are fully aware of all the phases of the career, positive or otherwise. Are they aware of all the picture? Every career will have their own pros and cons. No career which will have 100% things positive and 100% things negative. And no career is good or bad. It depends on the individual choosing the career. Like for example, for a fish, it is good to be in the water, and for the monkey, it's good to be in the tree. So that we need to see that has the child chosen the career, what is the basis? Has he chosen out of peer pressure, parental pressure, or just some fantasy, or is it really a genuine interest that he pursues? How will you identify that? When you ask him about that career, does he understand all the different facets, the pros and the cons, the colleges, what is the scope? Has he done enough research, right? So encourage, if they have not, then encourage them to do their own research to learn as much as they can about the field they wish to pursue, the career path, the challenges, a typical day in the life of a professional pursuing their career, all these things. And you can also find out in your circles if there is a professional in that field. You can connect your child to that, or you can yourself be connected to that particular professional to understand. So it is very, very easy for a child to claim that they're interested in a particular field, how much may interested. But when they show the reserve and commitment to spend efforts in learning about a career, that is when you know that the child is serious about it. If they're ready to show the commitment, then it's not a passing interest. But अगर वो just कि ठीक है करना है लेकिन commitment के लिए ready नहीं है, like a child wants to learn swimming but is not ready to jump in the water, it's not going to work. So when a child is engaged in the research, be inquisitive and show interest also. जब वो research करने आपने उसको बोला है या उसने कुछ research करके आपको दिखा रहा है, so listen to it attentively, and even if you have any questions, ask them those questions and let them do further research. And when they are doing research, be inquisitive, so that you are genuinely interested to understand and help him out, and sit with them and talk about their plans, ask specific questions, and keep a check on their research. You're keeping a check at the same time. Use the right words, and they may feel that yes, my parent is actually trying to understand me and trying to help me evaluate this kind of option. So it might be a great idea to pursue your own cross research also, to cross validate the facts and be aware of everything one needs to know about the career. Yeah, person. Next comes safeguard their future. So now, along with working on the career research, you must also motivate them to focus on their professional growth and development. To make them understand how important it is to have a strong educational degree, and even if they wish to pursue a talent-based career, they can still safeguard their career path with a degree in a related area which they can fall back on. So, for example, if someone is looking at a career, say in acting, right? Also, good idea to do something which is relatable with it. So, enroll them in training sessions and professional courses to enhance the skill required for the career they wish to pursue. Also, expose them to the realities of the industry, like letting them participate in a singing competition or a theatre show, and see how they are able to pull it off. This will not only make them more determined about their passion, but also drive them to do a thorough research and get a reality check of where they stand in the competitive. Alongside this, help them volunteer and do internships to build up their profile and gain important skills required in the industry. The correct profile building is very essential for a great career, and it's very important that we give that. And it's also possible, right, to do it along with a conventional or a new age career. Appreciate risk taking and hard work. So hard work is essential to attain success in any field. Supplement that with directed strategy and make a proper plan. Because career planning requires efforts across all fronts: researching, planning, and implementation. So if you need help about career planning, you can send out an email to us at cvhakshay@gmail.com or reach out to our website to get more details. We can help you to do the planning. To appreciate the hard work your child is putting in, even if it is investing time in research. Make sure you appreciate your child in every step of the way. With that said, please be wary of exaggerating and lying to avoid the difficult reality of the skills. अगर वो child उसमें चीज में सही नहीं है, देखना है. Over appreciating can also be negative and can make your child use the shortcut. So you don't have to make your child a spoiled brat over appreciating also. But जहाँ पे required है वहाँ पे appreciate करते हैं. To constantly monitor and affirm their hard work and ensure that it's in the right direction. And also, if you have any career plan in mind for your child, then share them with your child. मुझे लगता है बेटा आप ये कर सकते हो. What do you think about it? Have an open and honest conversation. And if you're not able to solve it, then go to a career counselor. That is the sixth point. Seek a mentor. Sometimes, no matter how much you know about your child and how well you can guide them, children may not want to share their most intimate feelings or desires with you, purely because sometimes they may not want to trouble you, or they may feel that you may not be able to understand it. So it all depends on what kind of an atmosphere and relationship we have at home with the child. That's exactly why, in that case, a mentor or a career guide will help you with the correct advice. And that advice may actually be something that the child could listen to. So it's important that a child's mentor be a professional, or they will bring an objective approach to career planning. So he will be actually able to, he or she, the career mentor, will be able to evaluate and understand कि आपके बच्चे के लिए वो सही है कि नहीं. And there will be confidence your children can confide in completely, and who will act as mediator between you and your child. And more importantly, they will craft personalized strategies for a child's success. So he should be able to make a proper plan. अगर मेरा बच्चा ये career लेता है, Offbeat career, he goes for it, then what is the path he will go for it? What kind of a job prospect would be there? What kind of career path he should be taking? What are the courses? All those things should be discussed. So coming back to the story now, Ayushi's son is now working for one of the tech giants, software engineer draws in salary. When asked whether he was happy with what he has achieved, Ayushi's answer was a hesitant yes. She mentioned that the artist film is still alive, and he often paints portraits of his surroundings during his free time, some of which have been received acclaim by social media from renowned professionals in the field. She also added that he has no motivation to work in his current job and literally forces to work himself every morning. This is very, very sad, because one-third professionals in India are sleepwalking, and that is what unfortunately has happened to Ayushi's son. So that's why it's very, very important, and there is so much scope in the field of art and design. One can earn really well, not only as a painter, but there are so many different options that could be linked to his hobby to art and design, rather than just putting him into a software role which could be completely misfitting what Ayushi's son wanted to do. So this is the case, because he was not allowed to choose what he wanted to do. So Ayushi now regrets the choice of neither listening to him nor having a conversation with him to explore the option. So I think from the story we can learn a lesson also. Right? It's not that कि child जो बोल रहा है वो हमको करना है. We're not promoting that. Please understand that. We're not saying that वो करना है. But at least we should listen, evaluate on our own, let him do the research or let him do the research, discuss, and if required, approach a professional to finalize. So to revise, these are the points we discussed. We discussed about keep your calm. Don't get paranoid. ये क्या बोल रहे हो नहीं ये नहीं कर सकते like that. Keep your calm and understand things. Don't be overprotective. Overprotective नहीं होना है आपको. Guide करना है उसको. Seek a commitment. Safeguard their future. Seek a commitment कि they will do the best in what they take up a career. Safeguard their future by actually asking them if they have done their research properly, if understanding their career and why they want to do their particular career की pros and cons क्या है, what are the kind of job roles he can get, everything try to understand that, and appreciate risk taking that they are doing by getting into a different career. They're looking at that. So have a very open and honest communication with your child, and seek a mentor who can guide you in your career. So if you want to take help of us, we will give you the email ID and the contact details in the description of this video. Thank you very much for watching this particular video. I hope this video could help you as a parent to understand how you can guide your child in different situations, especially when he is looking at an offbeat career.